Euphrates River right now has reached historically low water levels.
Sure.
And so because of a 5-year drought, apparently 2025 was the driest year in Iraq since 1993. And the Ministry of Water Resources in Iraq, they're basically warning their people, hey, by 2040, the Euphrates River could be completely dry. Here's what's interesting. If you read the Bible 2,000 years ago in the book of Revelation, it talks about the Euphrates River. John has this vision where he basically sees 4 angels. They're bound in the Euphrates River and eventually they're released. And then these angels kill a third of humanity as part of God's judgment. That's Revelation chapter 9. If you jump to Revelation chapter 16, it says that the water of the Euphrates will dry up. And it says that its purpose is to prepare the way for this massive army that's coming. They're called the kings of the east. So they can easily cross towards Israel, which results in this battle the Bible calls Armageddon, where Jesus returns with power, defeats his enemies, and establishes his kingdom. Now, in other words, the Euphrates River drying up in Revelation chapter 16 seems to be a sign that opens the door to this final great battle before the second coming of Christ.
Yeah. Nah. I love this pastor. I do not love his eschatology. And these gentlemen aren't trying to have some sort of dogmatic position on this. For the record, I'm a futurist. I believe that Revelation chapter 6 through 19 will have some sort of future manifestation or some sort of literal fulfillment. Maybe not totally exactly, but there is going to be a literal manifestation of those prophecies. After all, Revelation is a prophecy. But here's the kicker. Revelation is a cohesive series of events, and the book is actually time-stamped multiple times. So these are all events that happen within a certain period of time. They don't just happen sporadically or randomly. There's a sequential playing out of the seals, trumpets, and bowls. In other words, they happen on the heels of each other. The passage they're referring to in Revelation 16:12 is the 6th bowl. So that means there had to have been 5 other bowls that were poured out on the heels of it. Well, the 3rd bowl turns all of the waters to blood red, if we're thinking in a global scheme here. And then the 5th bowl turns the beast's kingdom completely dark. Well, who's the beast? Where is the beast's kingdom? And how did it turn completely dark? So my point is that these things don't happen just sporadically or randomly. They happen in a cohesive, sequential order, ramping up before the return of the Lord. The other thing too is the Euphrates dries up constantly. So this is just classic newspaper exegesis. And I love that these guys are so intentional and they're being watchful, but we need a careful reading of the text. So Godspeed, read your Bible.